Gabriel García Márquez was a dear friend. He became one of my favorite people in the whole world. We met when I was only 21 because he wanted to interview me back then and write an article about me, which I never really understood why. But after that, we kept being really close. One of the things that I remember is that during our first encounter, he asked me to tell him a story, an interesting story. And I said, like, what? What? I can't think of anything. He said, "What? Tell me whatever. If you don't tell me a story, I'll make it up." Because that was his work. That was his job, to just create amazing stories. And that's how he conquered our hearts. Over the years, we found that we had many things in common. For instance, he was very obsessive about his work. He could edit his books up to 9 times. And that reminded me of me, because that's sort of like my same process when I'm making music, when I'm making albums. But I think he was worse. He was just a lot more... He was always aiming for perfection. And that's why I think he was close to it. I also had the honor of writing music for the film version of Love in the Time of Cholera, and this was one of the best professional experiences I've ever had. This book and this movie inspired me on a whole other level and made me come up with songs that to this day are some of my favorites from my entire repertoire. And he inspired all of that. His literature did. 100 Years of Solitude is a book that impacted not only me at a personal level in so many ways, but I think it has left a profound mark on a whole country and has changed the world's vision of Colombia around the world, and even that of Latin America. His books were the most emblematic and the pinnacle of magic realism. I think 100 Years of Solitude is definitely one of those books that represents a whole genre. He showed Colombia as is, magical in true sense of the world, rescuing the most delicious details about my country and our culture. I think Gabriel García Márquez left a legacy that is uncanny and unmatched by anyone else in the literary world.